Hey everyone, I had a successful project recently, decided to use Blender for it, and I'm happy I did. It was an inspiration for an add-on, and definitely something I think I'll use in the future. So here we go. I've moved a lot recently, and still have a lot of stuff in my bins. Now I want to create a better way to keep and use those bins, especially while I finish my basement. Since I'm working in Blender every day now, I ended up having an easier time visualizing and planning what I'm going to do in Blender than I would normally do on paper. So I went down to my basement, I measured the area that I wanted all the bins to fit into and organize into, and I modeled some quick bins in Blender, modeled the 2x4s, the plywood, and the wheels. These were pretty easy to do. Then I made an area box out of a wireframe in Blender that I wanted to, everything had to fit into. Then I threw together all those 2x4s with different lengths and the totes and the plywood, etc., into this configuration that represented what I wanted to put together. And I'm going to have 3 of these that's going to hold all the bins that I need and fits into the area. I made sure to link the data of all the common objects and name my meshes. You can use Control-L to link the meshes, or duplicate the meshes by using Alt-D, and it'll create a linked instance. Make sure to rename the mesh under your objects if you want them to show up in the manifest add-on that I'm going to show you in a bit. I made some adjustments to my plan based on the exercise and how I saw it coming together, and to me that's where this became a real success. Not only do I get to visualize it, but the visualization helped me understand where I needed to make things shorter or longer, fill some things in, or how it was going to all look together. Then I wanted to get a list of the parts to buy based on my planning, and I needed to make a quick little add-on to get that manifest list. You can find the add-on in Blender Market or GitHub. I'll have the link in the description below. Now, to make sure your objects are linked, you will select all the things that are duplicate, and then the last one is going to be your parent, your one that everything's going to duplicate from, and we'll hit Control-L and then link object data. And that will make sure that the meshes that they share are all the same. Now the meshes are under the objects, so you can see here I got this object level, which you can name those, but these meshes here are the ones that are getting linked. Right? So there's several of these in this list here, but this one's an easy one to show you, that all these wheels are sharing the same mesh. Right? So that is what is used with the manifest add-on, and I put it in the toolbar, and you just hit load manifest. It's going to show you a count of all of the parts that are all of the parts based on the meshes, and it shows you the dimensions. The units are from your scene units, so we can switch it to Imperial. We'll hit load manifest again, and you'll see it shows up with Imperial units. I actually prefer working in metric, so I'll switch back. And then one other, I guess we'll show that you can sort everything as you would expect this works. And then probably one other thing worth noting is, let's say you I actually want to have 3 of these. Oops, I made my own mistake. So Alt-D will duplicate. I'll say, I'll say Alt-B, duplicate again, X, and then we'll unhide the area. You can see that you know, they fit into this area with some gaps, right? There's some space at the top. Well, let's say I do this manifest, and then I want to know how much it takes to do one of these things. Well, I can go in here, select one of them, and hit load manifest, and it'll just show everything for that assembly. Or if I want it to do everything in the scene, I can unselect and can hit load manifest, and it'll do that. So hopefully this is interesting for some people and different use cases. I know I will use it at least for the interactive 3D web stuff, because instances and shared meshes matter. But I found in this use case it mattered as well. So I can take this list and go to Home Depot and continue with my project.